Thousands of farmers in Greece have held a second day of protests in the capital, Athens, to oppose the government's planned pension reforms.
With 27% going towards pensions and 26% going to income tax, that means losing 53% of our income. If you add that to everything else, the cost of production, the emergency housing tax, we will be left with basically nothing. How are we supposed to survive? It's no accident that so many thousands of people came down to Athens. We didn't just come for a lark. Things are serious.
Farmers from across Greece gathered outside of Parliament in Athens to make their voices heard. They say the Prime Minister, Alexis Tsipras, has failed to keep up his campaign promises, arguing that the pension reform plan is contrary to what they were promised ahead of the elections. Earlier in the day, the communist-backed labor union PAIM held a rally against the government's pension reforms. Athens is planning to impose new tax hikes on pension reforms as part of a bailout deal with international creditors. Stavros Mavroidis is professor of political economy at the University of Macedonia, who joins us from Athens. So, Stavros Mavroidis, we're looking at the opposition, obviously, by these farmers regarding pension reforms. But that's pension reforms as a whole for Greece. How much is the pension reforms for people who are receiving it at risk here?
Let me clear the wider context a bit. There are not simply the farmers against the tax and pension reforms, both of them, tax and pension reforms. There are also the middle strata and particularly the self-employed people like engineers, doctors, lawyers, and so on, and also the workers, because the proposals by the SYRIZA government mean that in the end you will receive a meager pension after the 67th year of your lifetime, and you will also pay dearly for that. That is, they increase both the contributions and they reduce the pension you are going to take in the end. This holds for both the farmers, the self-employed, and the working people. So the opposition to the government proposals is almost unanimous.
Do you think, do you think that this is going to continue? I mean, we know that Greece is on an unstable footing when it comes to obviously all the austerity cuts and budget cuts that are made. But we're looking at this outburst coming from the farmers. How much more widespread can this get? If you can speculate for us where this is going.
Well, for the farmers, but also for the rest, the other social categories that I mentioned, which are the huge majority of the Greek population, and which to a great extent voted for SYRIZA. There is no other way than to confront these proposals. The SYRIZA government preached to all people that it is going to confront the European Union, and then it became a servant which wishes. What it tries to apply are the directives of the economic adjustment program for Greece, dictated by the European Union's Troika. Now, this program aims to, it became a servant which wishes. What it tries to apply are the directives of the economic adjustment program for Greece, dictated by the European Union's Troika. Now, this program aims to destroy middle strata and put all the burden on the working people. The situation is already very dire in Greece for this social strata, so there is no way going back. So I expect that the farmers, but not only them, will continue the vociferous and rigorous opposition to EU's, European Union's, and SYRIZA's government's proposals.
Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Stavros Mavroidis, professor of political economy at the University of Macedonia. And finally, tensions are running high in the Indian-controlled Kashmir after officials increased the cash reward for killing pro-independence fighters. Rights groups in the region fear that this might intensify violence in the rest of the region. PressTV's Shana Butt explains.
Authorities in Indian-ruled Kashmir have announced a hike in reward money for police personnel who kill pro-independence fighter. The move comes despite New Delhi's claims that insurgency has reached ever low in Kashmir. The controversial issue has raised many concerns in the region and worried human rights activists as well.
Why are they hiking the amount given for killing the militants? This would only lead to the killing of civilians in a fake